Hello there. Yes, I'm making this and I'm being a bit of a jerk while I'm making this. But November 18th of this year, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet releases, and I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream, and I would like to see you all there. That's right, November 18th. That's a Friday, 24-hour stream. I will be doing it, and I will be having fun. So come on by, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, do all that stuff, and yeah, we'll have fun. So over the weekend and part of Monday, and I have to think about this because I'm recording this late Monday night, almost Tuesday morning. Over the weekend, Elon silently fired a buttload of Twitter employees, and nothing's changed. But let's be real. Nothing has changed at Twitter that much since Elon's begun his firing. There's some things that have changed here or there, but it's not as much. Like maybe engagement's a little more up. Maybe you're getting stuff out there a little bit more. All in all, you still haven't really felt the effects of these people being gone, which kind of shows you that a lot of these people had pointless jobs that were basically worthless. Elon Musk has fired even more Twitter workers. More people gone. The layoffs continue apace at Elon Musk's Twitter. Twitter reportedly laid off thousands of contractors this weekend with no notice or warning. Casey Newton, a tech reporter who writes for the Substack platform, reported. God, they wrote that weird. Reported on Sunday that Twitter laid off approximately 4,400 of its 5,500 contract employees. Newton also reported that the contractors weren't warned, but rather just stripped of access to Slack and email. I do kind of have a problem with that. Just a notice. Just say, hey, you guys are going to be terminated. Go find a job elsewhere. So just something like that. Don't just say, don't just take away all access. At least tell them, hey, you guys are fired. Or because they're contract workers, your services will no longer be needed. Something like that, along that lines, that would have been better. The cuts were expected to have significant impact to content moderation and the core infrastructure service that keep the site up and running. Highly doubt that. Newton wrote on Twitter. Axios later confirmed that Twitter had laid off a large number of contractors, including folks in content moderation, which you guys kept failing at. And you just get a little tweet that basically says it all there. Musk's tenure atop Twitter has been defined by dysfunction, rushed ideas, and layoffs. He's only been at the company now for almost a month, so you can't really say it's dysfunctional. Rushed ideas, yes. Layoffs, he's cutting out the bloat. And while layoffs are never a fun or welcome thing, they've been especially hard on employees at Twitter. How so? How are they more hard for the employees at Twitter than they are for a guy putting together lawnmowers, a guy working in a plastic bottle company, a lady who is cooking pizzas? Not pizzas, but people at pizza companies, people at places like this. How is this layoff harder for people that barely make ends meet? Because these people get 6 figures. People that barely make ends meet might take home $1,000, maybe a couple $1,000 every 2 weeks. I think those are going to be hurt a lot more. Although, now that I think about it, yeah, it's going to hurt the people that work for Twitter because they're no longer working at adult daycare. They're no longer getting their expensive stuff. And we'll get into some of the things that Musk is taking away. The company laid off about half its full-time employees and then reportedly asked for some to come back because things weren't going well without them. The whole process was done through impersonal automated emails. People at the company have described the morale in the office as awful. So now even more folks who did, well, the morale is awful. But before we move on, the morale is awful. Yeah, because you guys are now being forced to work. Remember, these people are complaining that they have to come into the office now and work at least 40 hours a week in an office. I'd take that over what I have to do every day of the week. Because we're getting into winter where I'm at, and we don't have heating where I work in a lot of the areas. So yeah, got to bundle up. And then in the summer, we don't have AC in a lot of the areas I work, so I carry around a water jug all the time. Yeah, so don't be complaining to me about that. So now even more folks who did important work at Twitter are out. Is it really that important if we didn't even notice? Musk has reportedly said the company is in financial straits. He paid a whopping, and they just talk about how much he paid really here, and needs to make up ground with a skeleton crew. The chaos doesn't look like it'll slow down anytime soon. Okay, if the company goes under, who really cares? It's in financial straits, yes, but also, like I said, you laid off 4,400 of your 5,500 contractors and nobody noticed until Monday, really? Sunday, according to the Twitter person, but nobody really noticed it until Monday when you guys started talking about it. That goes to show you they weren't that important. Okay, there's tons of issues with Twitter still. And a lot of it actually has to do with their content curation and moderation teams, because you still punish people. Tim Mark, this is just who the person was. Well, there was another person that was fired recently. Yeah, you get a fun little story here, and as I scroll up, Elon Musk seemingly fires Twitter employees via tweet. Yeah, well, a lot of people want to say that they're kind of leaving the key details out, and they kind of bury the lead, but this dude brought up drama in public. It's essentially me going out to the sales floor, going to the CEO and calling him out for being wrong and being very snarky about it. You're going to get fired. These people are finally getting a taste of actual work and actual management stuff that they're complaining about it. But why don't we get into it? A Twitter employee who publicly questioned, didn't publicly question, he attacked Elon Musk on Sunday night, has apparently been fired through a tweet. He's fired, Musk wrote about Eric I'm not even going to try it. Eric, we'll call him, a software engineer for Twitter's Android app. Oh, god dang it, you're going to make me try it. Fraunhofer decided to speak out after Musk apologized for the slow performance of the company's mobile app. Musk then blamed the problem on the software's poorly batched remote procedure calls, RPCs, which can allow one program to use the service of another program over a remote machine. And you get this, it basically starts, app is doing over 1,000 poorly batched RPCs just to render a home timeline, Musk claimed. You get Fraunhofer's response here. I've spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android, and I can say this is wrong. Fraunhofer disagreed. Wrote, since years this is wrong. His tweet has since attracted over 60,000 likes. Oh, why do we really care about his likes? Because it's obviously up from then. But what this is essentially you coming out, and instead of saying, hey, listen, that's not accurate, in reality it's this, you come out and go like, no, you're just stupid and wrong. Yeah. That equals you're going to get fired for basically showing a bunch of snark to your manager in public. And not like funny snark. This is serious snark, like you snapped back at him. In response, Musk wrote, "Then please correct me. What is the right number?" While adding, "Twitter is super slow on Android. What have you done to fix that?" Fraunhofer then argued the problem had nothing to do with an excessive number of remote procedure calls in the app. Instead, he pinned the problem on inefficient software coding. So you come in, you back talk, he says, "Okay, show me where I'm wrong," and you pin it on somebody else. He gave you a chance, and you decided to hit back with some stupid areas. First, the app is bloated with features that get little usage. Second, we have accumulated years of tech debt as we have traded volatility and features over perf. I don't know what any of that means. Third, we spend a lot of time waiting for a network response, he wrote. As a result, he's advocated for Twitter to aggressively delete unnecessary features and rewrite the software code to combat 10 plus years of technical debt in software coding. Fraunhofer later added, "Android has wider range of devices with different performance characteristics. It is what makes Android great but also frustrating." Fraunhofer then questioned why Musk was making his complaints about the Android app public after another user suggested he take his complaints to Musk privately. Maybe Musk should ask questions privately, maybe using Slack or email, Fraunhofer wrote. But that's the thing. You're right. He could have. He said, "This is the problem." He was probably going to say, "Hey, we're going to go fix it." You're the one who ended up making it all public. Not him. You are. So because of your snarky response, your attitude and everything like that, you effed around and found out. So now you no longer are employed. As we continue, Musk later tweeted back to Fraunhofer by implying that he was a poor software programmer. And in reality, all he was doing was saying, "It's not my fault, it's everybody else's fault." That's really what it was. And yes, the fact that you don't realize that there are up to 1,200 microservices being called when someone uses the Twitter app is not great, Musk wrote. A separate Twitter user then told Musk, "With this kind of attitude, you probably don't want this guy on your team." Musk apparently agreed and wrote in a tweet, "He's fired." In response, Fraunhofer posted the salute emoji in a previous tweet. He also noted, "My LinkedIn account has never been more popular," and an indicator that Fraunhofer might have no problem finding a new job. Yeah, he might not. Because this is how these weirdos work. They'll find a new job instantly. But that is F around and find out territory. Twitter is still just such an interesting aspect, and this Elon takeover is so fun to watch their meltdowns and everything, and their freakouts, and all the mainstream sources going like, "Oh, he did this, oh, he did that." Like, we come over here, and a lot of this is more just how they're freaking out and everything like that, but you come over here. Musk plans to end free lunch at Twitter HQ, claims meals cost $13 million a year. And this isn't just like, hey, like where I work, once a month, maybe you get a free lunch. No, this is full on every day. You get free lunch, free breakfast, free everything, adult daycare. And he's cutting that because that's a whole lot of money down the drain. And you get this especially bizarre given that almost no one came to the office. Estimated cost per lunch served in the past 12 months is over $400. wait, in the past 12 months is over $400. I don't know how that works. Anyways, but you get Tracy Hawkins here. This is a lie. I ran this program up until a week ago when I resigned because I didn't want to work for Elon Musk. For breakfast and lunch, we spent $20 to $25 a day per person. This enabled employees to work through lunchtime and I think manage. Attendance was anything from 20 to 50% in the offices. Oh yeah, Tracy Hawkins. Yeah, that's one of the people that allegedly resigned, and I did a video on that, but it kind of looks more and more like she was terminated. Like a lot of these people that are saying that they resigned looks more and more like they were fired and they weren't really necessary. And with this little tweet, Musk smack back with false. Twitter spends $13 million a year on food services for SFHQ, so San Francisco HQ. Badge and records show peak occupancy. There we go, I got the word. Was 25% average. I just said it. Occupancy below 10%. There are more people preparing breakfast than eating breakfast. They don't even bother serving dinner because there is no one in the building. Nobody's there. So, to cut more costs, Elon, cut the free lunch and free breakfast. What's the point in even having it? And you had a bunch of freakouts, and I couldn't find some of them, but a lot of people were saying, well, how can you expect a Twitter employee to serve themselves and make their own food and afford all that? I do it every day. I don't make as much as Twitter employees do. I do it every day. So the Elon stuff is just always going to be out there, and something new is going to come up tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. The day after that, the day after that. Something new is always going to happen. But with that, guys, give me your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends. Hit that notification bell subscribe to the channel. Then hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.